Have you ever heard of the business plot? Well, I hadn't either. And when I did, it kind of blew my mind. In 1934, a retired Marine Corps general named Smedley Butler testified before Congress that wealthy businessmen had approached him about leading a movement of veterans to pressure or potentially remove Franklin D. Roosevelt from power. The alleged plan wasn't, let's storm the White House tomorrow. It was more sophisticated. The idea was supposedly to create a large veterans organization, hundreds of thousands strong, and then have Butler become a kind of Secretary of General Affairs, who would effectively run the government while Roosevelt remained a figurehead. Sound familiar? Keep the elected leader, control the machinery behind the scenes. Now, why Roosevelt? Well, Roosevelt did some pretty amazing things, but not for rich people. Expanding government programs, regulating banks, challenging some corporate interests, and of course, creating the New Deal. Mm. Some wealthy business leaders hated it, and they believed Roosevelt was moving toward socialism. Government was becoming too powerful, and business interests were under attack. And here's the fascist context. This is where it gets juicy. Remember the timing. At the same time, Mussolini was in power in Italy, and Adolf Hitler had recently consolidated power in Germany. Many elites around the world were looking at authoritarian systems and saying, wow, things get done quickly when one strong leader is in charge. The congressional investigation concluded there was evidence that discussions and recruitment efforts occurred, but no coup actually happened. Historians still debate how organized and serious the plan truly was. But that's not actually the part that caught my attention, although fascinating and seems very familiar to today. What caught my attention was the question underneath of it. Throughout history, whenever wealth and power become concentrated in the hands of a small group, people begin asking the same question. Who is really shaping society? A few days ago, I was learning about the Flexner Report and how wealthy foundations helped shape modern medicine. Another fascinating point. Before that, I was looking into groups like Bohemian Grove, where political leaders, business executives, and influential people have gathered for decades. Another juicy one, and all true. Now, none of that proves some giant secret conspiracy, but it does remind us of something important. Powerful people have always built networks. Epstein. Kings did it. Industrialists did it. Politicians do it. Billionaires do it. And today, tech leaders do it too. The question isn't whether influential people know each other. Of course they do. The question is, how do ordinary citizens maintain a meaningful voice in a world where wealth, technology, media, and influence are increasingly concentrated? That's not a left-wing question. It's not a right-wing question. It's a human question, baby. Maybe that's why these stories keep resurfacing. Not because history repeats exactly, but because it rhymes. Every generation eventually finds itself asking, who benefits? Who decides? And how do we make sure the future belongs to more than just a few select? Again, I don't have all the answers, but I do think asking thoughtful questions is healthier than blindly trusting anyone, whether they're politicians, corporations, media personalities, or billionaires. History isn't just about the past, it's often a mirror. And sometimes that mirror is worth looking into. This is the White Rose Resistance. Welcome.